We are, and welcome to On the Volley, OTV, Geordieland 1892. That's me. Wanting to talk about yesterday's Shambolic transfer window at Newcastle United. We did not make one bit of business, well, at least for the senior team. At a time where we need to bolster the squad, we need strength and depth in the squad. Absolutely nothing. I did not ever expect that Newcastle United were going to come up with any kind of Hollywood signing. I didn't expect us to really pay any money towards a transfer. I did believe that we would probably get a few players in on loan just to help us out. And nothing. Absolutely nothing happened whatsoever in that transfer window. Very disappointing. I had a speck of hope that we would get someone in on loan. The Chowdhury deal on loan just seemed to fizzle to nothing. It seemed as if that they were arguing about the loan fee and his wages. So that didn't happen. There was a glimmer of hope for about an hour that we might be able to get Kamara in on loan, but I knew for a fact that that was never going to happen. Instead, we brought in players who will play in the academy. Young lads, they're not the solution for now, which is what we need. A solution for now, not for later. We've brought in 4 players yesterday who will not feature in the first team. We brought in a lad called Remy Savage from Liverpool. We brought in Charlie Wiggett. We got him from Chelsea. And Duncan Ferguson's son, ex-striker at Newcastle. We brought in Cameron Ferguson, who's apparently a big strapping lad. He's a centre forward. But, you know, we might never ever see these guys play for our first team. The other guy that we brought him in from Mexico. Now, believe it or not, it's kind of bizarre, isn't it? We bring this guy in on an 18-month loan, and fully enough, his name is Santiago Monez. Now, some of us might remember that the Mexican who signed for us in this film Goal, if you've ever seen it, was called Santiago Monez. But we've brought in Santiago Munoz. I don't know, is there going to be a Hollywood tale at the end of this? Who knows? He's a striker. We got him from Santos Laguna in Mexico. He's American born. He has played for the youth Mexican team, but I very much doubt we're going to see that lad playing any kind of first team football. So really the transfer window yesterday was about getting senior players in, and we haven't done it. Shambolic, really. Shambolic and disgusting. Mike Ashley has obviously given up on the club. He doesn't even want to pay wages. All he seems to be doing is taking away from the club, not adding to the club, especially in a season where, in my opinion, you know, it's about him. And, you know, if we're going to eventually get some kind of takeover, it's pointless him having a club that goes down, gets relegated, and having to sell it for a lot less money. So you would think he would put some kind of investment into the club. Now he hasn't done that. And we're now lacking bodies, because if you think about it, we have got rid of quite a few players. We got rid of Henry Xavier, which, to be honest, it's not a big loss. I didn't really like that player at all. I didn't think he offered that much for us. But the likes of Andy Carroll. Now, Andy Carroll, you might say, yeah, he was at the end of his career, and, you know, he wasn't at his best. He wasn't like he was when he played for us originally. But you know what it is? In this season, people like Andy Carroll can do a great job for us. Bloody fly. It's been annoying me all day, that. Like I say, Andy Carroll, you bring him on, he can do a job, he's got the experience. You put him up in the opposition box, he's always going to take a few defenders away because he's dangerous, he's powerful in the air. And we haven't replaced him. We haven't replaced him. He would have been good in the squad this season. We can rely on him. But last season he was only getting literally 3 minutes, a minute. And shame on Steve Bruce for what he did, because I think it was humiliating for the lad to come on in the last few minutes. And apart from that, a lot of people say, oh yeah, he's still got his money. It's not about that. We could have used him definitely this season. We could have had him in the squad. Now another man that went, which I disagreed with at the time, was Florian Lejeune. Florian Lejeune didn't get a decent crack at the whip at Newcastle, and this could have been his year for us. And like I say, if you're not bringing people in, why are you letting people go? To save the wage bill, that's Ashley and Charnley's idea. Let's save money. By the way, Lee Charnley makes about £600,000 a year, and I don't know what he does, because he doesn't even cooperate with the press or anything. I don't know what he does at that club. So maybe they should have cut his wages. Christian Atsu, you know, for all people were, well, you know, he's this, he's that. At the end of the day, he could do a job. And like I say, when we've got injury problems this season, he could have been a good body to throw in. Now, obviously, Yoshin, I can never say his name, Yoshinori Mudo. I mean, all right, the jury was out on him, but like I say, yet again, better to have these bodies in than out and not replace them. It doesn't make any sense to me. Anyway, as we go on, Rafa Benitez at Everton, he snapped up Simon Rondon right at the death on the transfer window last night. He also hinted to Newcastle United he wanted to come back to the Premier and he would love to come back to Newcastle United. But what did we do? We acted too slow, too lethargic, and Rafa Benitez has got him on a free for 2 years. Now, he could have been great backup for Wilson. He could have been. And getting on to that point, if we've got Wilson injured, he is prone to injury, and we've got Alan St. Maximum injured, which happened last year for quite a long time, and we didn't win for 20 games, by the way. You know, a player like Rondon, he could have been good for us. He was good for us. He was good for us. But we've missed the boat there. We've missed the boat. Another player that we should have, Mike Ashley should have put his hand in his pocket, and he should have bought Osden Edouard from Celtic. He was for sale for £15 million. The guy's a good striker. He would have been good backup. And you know what it is? He would have learnt a craft. He would have learnt from Wilson. But yet again, too slow. Too slow. We're messing about all the time. Now, the end of the day, look at all the players we've missed. You know, obviously, like I said, Chowdhury it didn't come to fruition. It didn't happen. Now, the other thing is, I'm going to ask a question, actually. Why is it that we can't get players in on loan? Is it because of the state of the club at the moment? A lot of players know that what's going on at St James's Park is not blissful. It's not a nice atmosphere. Now, Steve Bruce, like I've said, probably a nice guy. Never met him, but tactically, he's terrible. He's terrible. He's playing players out of position all the time. It's nonsense. It's nonsense to have to watch this every week and watch a man in charge of your football team who really hasn't got a Scooby-Doo. Matty Longstaff, we let him go out the door. He played for Aberdeen there at the weekend, and he played 67 minutes, and he had a hell of a game for them up in Pretoria. And he was actually the Aberdeen's fans' man of the match. He nearly scored as well from a long distance shot. But, you know, he ran about and he looked sharp. And I watched the game and he looked really good. So we've missed out there again. And we haven't brought anybody in. At least Matty Longstaff's got legs in the middle of the park. He can run around. He can chase. You know what I mean? The end of the day, Newcastle United, at the moment, don't have a plan. They don't have a plan because the owner's not interested. He doesn't care anymore. Our manager, for all he's probably frustrated that we never got anybody in, I don't think anybody really wants to play for him. I don't think players from the outside want to come in and play that kind of football. I think you're going to go backwards rather than you're going to go forwards. My opinion. In the comments, put it down there, you know. Tell me what you think. Is it because Newcastle at the moment is a toxic environment, or it's about to become a very toxic environment because of what's going on at the club? Maybe a lot of players say, oh, I didn't really need that in my life. You know, I can live without that. Is that why? Is that why we are not an attractive club anymore to come to? Now, time will tell. But the thing is, a disgusting transfer window, no loan players coming in, I think we're in a lot of trouble. I really do. And like I say, the minute we start getting injuries, we really haven't got the backup. We really have not got the backup. And it's sad. It's sad that we're a Premier League club status, but we seem to be going on like a club that are in the lower divisions. No disrespect to clubs in the lower divisions, but we seem to have a mentality of we've got no money and, you know, that's the way it is. Now, the takeover for me is probably gone. But like I say, if we get relegated this season, the takeover is going to get farther and farther and farther away. And that's from anybody, really. Because we know for a fact Mike Ashley's not going to sell it for a lower price. So we're kind of stuck with him. As of Bruce, we're going to be stuck with him. Even if we've only got 5 points by Christmas, there's no way Mike Ashley's going to sack Steve Bruce because of his payout. 6 figures, you know. So we're stuck with him. So really we're a club in limbo again. We're in limbo. This transfer window has been catastrophic for Newcastle United. We have to name a 25-man squad tomorrow to the Premier League. The other problem is we've got 4 goalkeepers. 2 of them are main goalkeepers, Dubravka and Darlow, are still both out. Woodman's filling in for them at the minute. He's doing a very good job in my opinion. The defence aren't helping him, ideally. But does he have to sign, or does he have to mark down on that squad 4 goalkeepers? That's going to weaken the strength of the squad yet again. So we're in this catch-22 at the moment. And, you know, it's all because of the hierarchy and the management in Newcastle United. I'm going to leave it at that. They are my thoughts. It's going to be a long, hard season. And, you know, by January, by hook or by crook, I would imagine we're going to have to bring somebody in. But it might be a lot more difficult in January, depending on the status of the club. If we're down at the bottom, nobody's really going to want to come, are they? They're not going to want to come to a club that could be going down. It's quite sad. It's quite a sad predicament that we're in. So, you know, other clubs, incidentally, you know, teams that we were kind of relying on being worse than us, have done lots and lots and lots of business. I mean, like I said, Rafa Benitez, he's brought a lot of players in, but he's only spent 1.5 million. He's attracted players in, even though they're on loan. You know, we haven't even bolstered the squad by loan signings. It's disgraceful, and it just shows where we are as a club. Catastrophic. Anyway, I'm going to leave you at that, and if you like the video, like it. If you want to share this video, if you think I'm talking crap, tell me on the comments. If you agree with what I've got to say, you know, fine. That'd be nice. If you can subscribe, it would be nice if you subscribe. Helps the channel out loads. And from On the Volley, OTV, Geordieland 1892, which is this segment, I bid you good day.